All right, all right. What is going on? Happy Friday. Just got done with the workday, closed the laptop, haven't warmed up or anything. Just literally put the camera on the tripod. I'm going to jump right into a workout for you guys. So follow along and see what we get into today. So, for starters, I think today I'm going to start out with pull ups. Without further ado, let's get started. So, like I said, I'm not warmed up. So, all I do is hang from the pull-up bar a little bit. Knock some of these out. Like that. Normally, I'll drop down and do a couple push-ups just to get the elbows feeling good. I'm going to start out with some wide grip today. So widen these grips out. By the way, if you want to check these out, you can go to the link in the description. Grab yourself a pair for an extra 15% off on all the deals that they already have going on the website. But super valuable piece of equipment. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more scapular retractions here and then knock out 1 or 2 reps. All right. I'm gonna make sure this camera is recording. All right, perfect. I can't tell you how many times I start recording a video and start talking, and I never even push the record button. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the first set. I'm gonna do all my pull-ups today, just body weight. I'm not gonna add any a vest or any weight hanging from the chain. So some good old quality body weight pull-ups, baby. Oh, okay. Take a minute or two here and come back for set 2. Okay, it's probably been, I don't know, maybe a minute and a half or so. I'm to the point where I can feel my breath coming back. My heart rate's coming down a little bit. That's why a lot of people ask me, how long do you rest between sets? Just enough to where you feel that when you're about to do your next set, you feel like you're going to be able to put forth a really good, solid effort. It really is that simple. All right, it's probably been a couple minutes here. We're going to knock on another set. I think what I'm going to do is just do another set with that same grip, and then I'll switch the grip up to probably a neutral grip on the third set. So on this one, at least on the first few reps, I'm going to really try to do my best to turn it into like what you would call a sternum pull-up, where you arch really far back and try to bring your chest to the bar. And then as that gets to be too hard, kind of undo your arch, and it's just like what a normal pull-up would look like. So we'll see what we can do here. Arch back. Okay. Whew, that was good. One more set. All right, let's do some neutral pull-ups. Bring those in a little bit. It's probably a little too narrow. How about that? Looks good to me. These are probably my, well, not probably, these are my favorite pull-up variation. The neutral grip just feels so good. Same thing, I'm gonna try to do my first at least few reps, really arched back, and then uncoil a little bit as it gets too hard. Okay, pull-ups done and dusted, 3 sets, 3 high quality sets. Now we're gonna jump into, do some triceps. So I'm actually gonna put my cable system on one of these pull-up bars and do some push downs. Yeah, see when I've got that set up. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll just show you how I set this up. So all you gotta do is, what I'm gonna do is take my cable, got a little like band here, and some rope, a rope. So first things first, I just center one of these pull-up grips. Take this and loop it around, just like that. And then we take the cable, attach it, put the rope on the side that has the ball right here, and we're pretty much set. All you gotta do now is put the dumbbell or whatever weight you're using on this side. So I'm gonna go grab that weight. What I normally do is obviously kind of pretty much already, my full body's already warm, but just to get my elbows a little bit warmer, I'll grab a lighter weight that I'm going to use for my working sets and just knock out a few reps just to get the feel for the movement. Like I said, get my elbows right, and then I will go up and wait a little bit and start doing those working sets. So I will get back to you when I do my first working set. All right, let's do it. Been using the rope lately, just been feeling really nice. So that's what we're going to stick with today. Nice, slow, and controlled. All right, there's one. Probably only rested maybe 60 seconds or so, maybe a minute and a half. Get right into the second set here. Again, full range of motion. Really focus on that eccentric when my wrists are coming up. I'm thinking about stretching my triceps out this whole way as much as I can. and then contracting them. Stretching, contracting. Oh yeah, man, that feels so good. So other times I might just use the one handle and do them one arm at a time, which actually feels really good as well. With this setup that I have here at home, this is pretty much the only variation, like just a straight down tricep extension that I'm gonna do. You know, if you're in a gym, you could totally do these over your head, but it ends up pulling the grip in a little bit of an odd way. So best to, and for safety in general, I think, just to focus on the straight vertical push down variations with this setup anyways. But super nice to have at the house because it takes up almost no space. You saw how easy it was to put up, just as easy to take down, and literally throw it in a bag into the spare bedroom. I guess I also forgot to mention, guys, that in gals, if you want that cable system I have, that's also on the same website that I got my pull-up grips from. So you can actually get 15% off extra on that cable system too. It comes with all the attachments you need, and you can just attach it to the dumbbells you have at home. All right, so I'm just in here grabbing my dumbbells. So I did one kind of a feeler set. At this point, I don't even call it a warm-up set because I am warm, but just kind of like a feeler set to where a little bit lighter than my working set, and just do a handful of reps just to get a feel for the movement. Now we're going to get into my first working set. Probably could have went for one more rep there, but I doubt I would have got it. So if we're talking like a 1 to 10 on the RPE scale, that would have been like a 9.5, possibly, for that set. So feel good about that set. Okay. Okay. Whew. Next thing is, what is the next thing? I think a lateral raise variation, which is going to be leaning on one arm leaning on the bench. So I'll see you when we get that set up. All right, so now to hit the lateral delts. This might be a little bit too heavy, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna lean on this bench here up to about my armpit. Just let the weight rest on my leg for a second. And then we start. Yeah, it might be a little heavy. 3, 4. Okay. Just go straight into the other arm. Okay, I'm gonna go a little lighter since we're doing one arm at a time. I'm not even gonna like really take a break in between. I'm just gonna go right into the first arm that I did since it was resting while I was doing the other side. Oh, come on. Oh, man, these burn so bad. Okay. Oh man, I like these a lot because if you're doing them standing, which is great too, but from this motion here, like this part of the motion, there's not as much tension on the lateral delts as when you're up here, obviously, right? But when you lean over like this, that same portion that didn't get as much tension when you're standing now has most of the tension. Next thing, I think all we have left is our pushing movement and our leg movement. So I think I'm just going to do some normal, I don't know if I'm going to do body weight or with a vest. I think I'm just going to do body weight deficit push-ups. So let's see when I get that set up. All right, so at this point, I am fully warm and ready to rock. And since I'm not doing, throwing a vest on or doing these weighted, I'm just going to get right into my first set. Yeah, so with these, I'm just focusing on getting pretty low into a comfortable position, not to where anything hurts, but, going into a deficit and getting as big of a stretch on my front delts, chest, triceps as I can. And I'll just knock them out nice, slow, and controlled. Actually, you know what I might do as well is I might pause these. So I'm going to pause in the bottom of every rep as well, just to make it a little bit more challenging. Here we go. Oh, okay. 2 more of those. And then while I'm doing these, I'm going to kind of think about what I want to do for my legs. I think what I'll do is some suitcase squats, which are pretty tough. But yeah, I'm going to keep thinking about that because I got a few options I could go with. Maybe even some Cossack squats. Get some lateral movement in there, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. A minute or two has gone by. Let's knock out another set. Last set. Come on. Oh my gosh. All right. One more thing. Legs. I think I am going to go with the suitcase squat. So I will see you when I get that set up. All right. Now for the funnest part of the workout. Not legs. So what I did was just a body weight set of 10 or so squats and then a little bit lighter than this. I did a few reps. Now we're just gonna jump into the first working set. So when I do these, I like to not come up all the way. I don't lock out my knees at the top. Just makes the movement challenging or a little bit more challenging. So I don't have to do nearly as many reps, I should say. Feet pretty close together, heels elevated, so we get more forward knee travel to put more emphasis on the quads. And here we go. Oh yeah. Those are pretty tough. 2 more of those and we are home free. Now I actually need to start making dinner as well. I need to get some rice going. Okay, rice is in the rice cooker for dinner. Just one of the many perks of training at home. You can get dinner started in between sets. All right, second set of these here. I think I'm going to pause these at the bottom as well, if I can. Boom, that's it. Okay, just like that. Friday workout done and dusted. I'm gonna wait for that rice to cook and eat some dinner. Hope you enjoyed the workout. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll always do my best to help answer your questions in any way that I can, hopefully. But yeah, until next time, see you in the next one.